Yeah.
Trauma Tone.
What's the word, y'all? This is KTR _podcast, Another Roast Podcast. You are now live and direct.
We in the studio
with your boys,
Yeah.
Cinko, Big Harv,
Yeah.
and J-Bo himself for the last episode of the year with KTR. Episode 16, with your host, favorite host in the wrestling community, Another Roast Podcast. How y'all doing today, my brothers?
I am good. Day after the holidays, really can't complain for real.
Big Harv?
Yeah, man, it's a good day. I'm gonna say it's a good evening.
Good evening. That's right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right.
Yes, sir.
And before we
Yes, sir.
dive into, I'm sorry, you had something to say?
No.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
And before we dive into our last episode of the year, first off, happy holidays to everybody. You know, happy Kwanzaa, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, happy New Year. Any holidays in the month of December? Happy, Merry, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
But before that, before we get started, be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. KTR _podcast, Twitter, Instagram, Another Roast Podcast, Facebook, YouTube, Another Roast Podcast on all podcast platforms. Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Podbean. We are on everything.
All that.
Everything.
All that.
So,
Let's get it.
for this last episode, it may be a good time to, go over the best of the best.
Yeah.
In the biggest business in the wrestling community, the WWE, World Wrestling Entertainment.
That's right.
And with that being said, they just had their Slammy Awards
That's right.
for the best of the best of what happened in the previous year.
2020.
2020, hell of a year. Really, a hell of a year.
Really was.
The beginning of the pandemic era. No crowds,
It
no
was
fans.
a test. It was
It-
testing for everybody.
Right, for everybody.
Including the wrestling community.
Yeah.
Because I didn't
Wrestlers,
know how they
fans.
was gonna do without
Right.
a live audience
I
to feed
didn't
off
think-
of.
It was
was
different
going to.
It
because
was,
this
yeah.
really tested if you was a true wrestling fan.
It really did.
If you just watch wrestling just for the fans, this pandemic era was not gonna work for
Man.
you. Because starting off was hard.
It was
rough.
tough.
It was rough.
I promise you, I had the hardest time trying to keep focus
Yep.
on these matches,
Yep.
the storylines. And man, because that dead period of March and April, just in the Performance Center with nobody,
WrestleMania
Bad.
was
WrestleMania
Oh, it
was
was bad.
tough.
It
man.
was bad.
But I ain't gonna lie, they adapted, they built, they overcame, and
Yes.
they kept it pushing, and they made the product better.
They sure did.
Some of the strongest storylines and character development
Came out.
in a long time came because they had to adapt to having no crowds and still needing people to feel and to react, I guess, over social media and everything, but they still needed to get a reaction.
Right.
So they did a great job of stepping up with that.
Wrestlers who didn't even get an opportunity before, where they was like, look, no, we ain't got no crowd. We got to do something different.
gotta do something.
Yeah, and they got the opportunity.
This is the shoot your shot era. If you got it, you good. If you're not, I don't know what to tell you. But we know we're gonna start off with a few of the Slammy awards, Slammy Award awards. We're not gonna dive into all of them. We're just gonna give the ones that did have nominations for. So we're gonna go into the first one that we have, which was Male Superstar of the Year.
Yeah.
A lot of good male wrestlers this year.
Yeah.
A lot of good highs. Some had some lows. Some had some sparks. But the one that came out on top was Drew McIntyre. So we're gonna see if we're gonna agree or disagree. So on the count of 3, we're gonna say agree or disagree with this option. 1, 2, 3. Agree. Oh, we agree on something. That doesn't happen often.
That's rare.
I know.
That's rare.
Drew McIntyre really had a great push from start to finish of January 2020 to December 2020.
Yep.
Drew McIntyre had the WWE Championship reign that you wanted. You know, he main evented, had a different opponent every month, and built on that storyline each month, and was consistent along the way. He had the whole Randy Orton thing, fought him, 3-4 times, whatever, but...
And it never got stale.
And didn't get
that's
stale.
important to mention.
So,
Because of Randy.
yeah.
Shout out to Randy
Anyway,
Orton.
Drew McIntyre. Drew McIntyre was definitely the male superstar of the year. I would have given it to Roman Reigns if his heel character started much earlier in the year, but because he came around the end of the year, I couldn't really give it to him. So
That was
Drew,
my argument with that too.
Yeah.
That was the only way. That was the only one that could have competed. That's the
Definitely.
only reason he couldn't compete, I guess you could say. But if you look at Drew McIntyre's whole career, it looks like one great storyline. It really does.
True. Yeah.
You know, he came in with the Chosen One gimmick. Seemed like he was going to be great.
Yeah.
Fell into the comedy gimmicks and all that. Then he got fired. Got great outside. Brought it back. Went through NXT. Came back up.
Bottom.
Man, his entire career is a storyline, and it's a really good one so far.
So definitely.
So I agree with that.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Male store. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yep, won the WWE title? Or Universal? Yeah, WWE title.
WWE
title. Yeah.
It won that twice and won the Royal Rumble. That's
big
good
deal.
stats right there on
Don't
your
forget
resume.
the NXT title. He won that strap too.
I was just talking about for the year.
Just this year.
Just
Yeah.
for
You're
2020, yeah.
You're right. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, so there. So now, next up, we go for female superstar of the year. And the women, they keep stepping up every year, producing great matches day by day, show by show, pay-per-view by pay-per-view. And, you know, this upcoming year for next year is going to be a hell of a battle with these single competitors in the women's division.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so with that being said, Sasha Banks was the female superstar of the year. So on the count of 3, we're going to say agree or disagree. 1, 2, 3.
Agree.
Or disagree.
Ooh.
All right, hold on. Go ahead, Cinko. You go first.
Ooh.
You go first. Why you disagree?
I like Sasha. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
No, not going to hold nothing against her. You know, it was, everything was great. But
Go ahead.
if we're going off of just, accomplishments and everything within the women's division
2020.
and this year, honestly, I would give it to Asuka.
Still arguable though.
I would give it to Asuka.
Well, okay, so let's.
She had more because
I am just blown away by the fact that you would give Asuka any accolade at all. Wow. A round of applause for your
I know it's hard to believe
sir.
that I give
Your
her credit, but yeah,
maturity.
That's true.
But I mean, if we just going off of stats,
Wow.
she won the Raw Women's title and she won the Money in the Bank. No,
She did.
that's one more thing than what Sasha did.
Well, are you
she's
sure
won the
about that? Because Sasha, she won the Raw Women's title this year. She won the Women's
How
Tag
long
Team
she had
title
it?
this year. She only had it like what? Once defense, and she lost it. Clearly.
Exactly.
But she won it nonetheless. The
And
tag team
that
title.
tag team title, and to see with that, I would put Bayley in front of her too.
That's still arguable. Now,
Because held the title. Bayley held the title for a long time.
She did.
The SmackDown title, and she won the tag team titles.
We'll bring
And
Bayley back
and
up.
who lost the tag team titles? Who got pinned?
Sasha got pinned.
Exactly.
That's true, but she still won the belt, and she carried a good portion of the matches that they were in.
I feel like they incorporated her outside accomplishments into this. That helped her win. And they no offense, like this, no, not taking away any credit. She's a great athlete, great superstar. She earned this title. She earned this award.
Yeah.
She earned everything that she's deserved and gotten. But female superstar of the year, borderline. Honestly, that's just my opinion.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Asuka's one is my favorite too, so I can see that. It just and yeah, you're right. She didn't have the Raw title that long before she lost it. She also lost the women's tag team title, being the one pin. And we'll come back to it with another award. It's just that her standing out with the things that she done, not just with the Bayley storyline, but just her as a character. It made you watch her, and so that's why I want to give her female of the year.
I just don't think they portrayed Asuka as important as they did with Sasha, and that's more of a reason why she would win out over Asuka. I feel like the social media popularity and all that, it all goes more over to Sasha, mostly because she's more relatable. She's, you know what I'm saying? She's at least American, speaks good English and all that, not to, make it sound bad or anything, but you know how WWE treats foreign superstars.
Yeah, right.
They're always a little bit lesser than because of that,
Yeah.
So that's why I think I agree with you though, that as far as accolades goes, Sasha wouldn't have gotten it. And when I was looking at the list earlier, I felt like it was a little odd that she won it over Asuka. But that's why I said I agree. I see why they did that. But like you said, her being in the Mandalorian and all this other stuff, I feel like
she had that late push. It's like when a person put out a number one hit song right before the Grammys come up, and then win the Grammy. That's exactly what happened with this one. So that's how I feel.
I get it. Yeah.
But hats off to Sasha though. No,
Absolutely.
you earned it. You definitely did. And I'll take away anything
she had
from
the
you.
Undertaker picture of the year.
Let's get to the
Next topic. Yeah, we're gonna stay on the topic of superstars, and this one we're gonna do breakout superstar of the year.
Yeah.
And this was the time to break out. This era this year was the time to have your opportunity.
Yeah.
Ain't that right, Big Harv? And so the person but the people that won breakout superstar of the year were, whoa, what was that?
What? Cleared my throat.
Oh man, boy, we are in a pandemic, man. But anyway,
Bruh.
like I said, breakout superstar of the year was won by the Street Profits. Very formidable tag team, very well known, good brand, strong. They're tall.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, this is random, but they're both 6'5".
They're both
They
very
need to
tall
pick up a
individuals.
basketball and throw some oops or something like that. Like Montez Ford jumping off the top rope.
They look like basketball players.
Yeah,
Exactly.
both of them do.
Yeah, they really do.
But stop getting off topic though. Yeah. But on 3, we're gonna say agree or disagree with this one. 1, 2, 3.
Agree partially.
No, that's not an answer,
There
J-Bo.
has to be.
It's one or the other. It's agree or disagree. That wasn't the
agree.
option.
I
Who else
agree.
was on the list?
I agree for the most part, but
I
go ahead.
am saying
Yeah, I know who
You
you're
already
going
know
with.
what I'm saying.
It was good competition. I'm gonna be.
it was a great
It was
competition.
good competition.
It was
in
very
there.
close.
Yeah, that was one of the
for
best
breakout. I could see why they won it because of that they won titles.
Yeah, right.
In a way, though, they won the Raw title, but they were like kind of
they was
handed
handed,
SmackDown
SmackDown
titles,
yeah.
but they still defended it and they're earning it.
Definitely.
And they haven't lost their titles like the New Day, but that's another story. But anyway, I think breakout superstar of the year should went to Otis.
And wow, I mean, I know
you
why
said
you
that.
picked Otis, but
Exactly. Well, it's not just because I like Otis. He's one of my new favorite superstars now. But like, he had like the
push of his life.
there you go,
Yeah. He had the push of his life.
and he made the best of
Yeah,
it.
he
Like,
did.
he had an extremely long storyline that was going on, and he prospered with it. It did not get boring. Him winning the Money in the Bank was pure gold because I did not expect it at all. No, I just thought he was a filler.
Yeah.
They always have that one wrestler that's a filler in these matches, and I thought that was him. But like, bro, when they dropped the briefcase in his hands, I was so hyped. I was like, bro, and like, even though if he did cash in for the world title,
more likely he wouldn't have won.
yeah, he probably wouldn't have won. But it's the fact that he had the briefcase, and it made him more, gave more notoriety. It made him stick out more.
Yeah.
And he got the girl with Mandy Rose. He had a singles match in WrestleMania.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Can't beat that.
You know what killed it though? It killed his eligibility to win is that he got moved back down to the PC. I feel like that kind of kills it because if you were a breakout star,
You're going to
Where
break
you
out
at?
going forward.
yeah, they
You're
pushed
going to-
him back. I'm not saying I agree with everything you said.
Yeah.
Like he did, as I said, the competition in this category was great, especially who else they having? They
Bianca
had,
Belair.
Bianca Belair. If she had won the title, I feel like she would have won that category
Easily.
I feel-
because
yeah.
she is phenomenal, man. She's cold.
Unfortunately,
really
that
is.
loss to Bailey just did that. Just knocked it down
Man.
a notch. That was it.
No,
Yeah,
they.
she's phenomenal.
But no, it was a great match though. But if she won,
Yeah.
it would have like catapulted. But
No,
or she won a title.
Bianca should more than likely would have won because she was just booked badly this year. After her appearance at WrestleMania, she was virtually absent for like a good few months after that, and then they brought her in and tried to build her up as this new superstar. Like most of the year is gone now,
Right.
and now you want to build her up. So that's what killed her.
And it's
If-
real messed up. She hasn't won a title yet at all.
bruh,
Not even in NXT.
bruh, bruh.
As
She should have beat
talented
I
Shayna
don't know what they
Baszler.
waiting
as
on.
talented as she is, and how much charisma she got, how much
I don't know what they waiting on.
In-ring ability, got the
And
look.
it's
got
natural. It's not
everything.
forced. Like I like that's the kind of character I like.
Right.
Her persona, her gimmick is not forced upon.
Yeah.
It's pure natural. You don't have to. She don't have to fake it. It's her.
Yeah.
I like when people can be yourself and just import their gimmick into their character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I completely understand Street Profits. Definitely understand.
Oh, yeah.
Because
all
they've been doing a lot this year.
It's just if booking was done differently, the results may have been different.
Yep.
Yeah, that's all.
Murphy had a good year too. He just like I feel like with Oscar, I don't feel like he was he caught on like he should have. Like they gave him really important stuff to do. and he did everything right himself. I just don't feel like it translated well with him.
I just don't.
He's great in the ring, but
You're
everything else just seems like it falls flat.
Right.
I just don't think Murphy should have been in the breakout star category because he's already been in the WWE for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
And he's been doing great things in the WWE. Like we can't even ignore his match that he had with Ali and with Reigns.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
and now he's in the breakout star. That's why I didn't really feel him in this category.
That's fair too.
But
And the fact that we can continue with it because if we're still talking about the Street Profits, they also won Tag Team of the Year.
that's right. Yeah. Go
And on the count of 3, we're gonna say we
Hold on,
did
wait. Okay, there. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Agree.
Yeah.
Easy, hands down.
There was no other tag team that came close to their accomplishments
That
this year.
category was so trash. All of these thrown together. I've been talking about this all year. No. That's what I've been talking about all year. All right, that's what I've been talking about all year. All these look at all these people in this category. That's just thrown together tag
You got
teams.
the Golden Role Models thrown together. Nia
together.
Jax and Shayna Baszler
Thrown together.
Shinsuke Nakamura,
Thrown
Cesaro,
together.
and then you got the New Day.
And they
broke 'em up.
unfortunately they broke them up. This was a no-brainer. This was pointless.
It was pointless.
This is how poor they've been doing with tag teams this year.
Man.
Poor.
Shoot, they
Poor. All right?
piss poor.
Piss poor. Thank you. Poor. It's disgusting. Yeah, I was waiting on that. I was mad. I looked at all the nominees. I was very upset. This is what we got. This is what we had this year. That's it.
Yeah, that's what we had.
Disrespectful.
But shout out to the Street Profits, though. Congratulations.
Right,
You
shout out to
deserved
Street. I have nothing to say. Harv said everything.
Disrespectful.
All right,
Sick of it.
we're gonna move on to the next category.
Which one?
We're gonna do Return of the Year
Okay. Yeah, Return of the Year. Let's do that one.
because it's a different. Yeah, we're gonna do Return of the Year.
Yeah.
And we have some people that made some comebacks, especially during this era, because some people did go home because of the fact of COVID-19 and everything.
Yep.
And they didn't want to put families at risk, especially the ones that had newborns and everything.
Yeah.
They had people like Reigns on this list. They had MVP on here who made a surprising comeback.
Yep.
They also had another person I forgot off the top of my head.
They got Sami Zayn who came
Yeah,
back.
Sami Zayn. Yeah, I forgot about him. Yeah. But the person that won this was Edge, who made a surprising.
Yeah.
We thought he was
Done.
Right, a surprising comeback at Royal Rumble season. Well, Royal Rumble match, not Royal Rumble season, but yeah, you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, so on the count of 3, we're gonna say agree or disagree.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Agree.
yeah.
Man.
And with this, because I was seeing comments on social media about it because there people was like, they know, because they were going like accolades of their, return, you know, and like what the way I could see why, because if you want to see what they've done longevity since their return, I can understand. Yeah. But I think they're just talking about the moment, the pop, the day that they showed their face back on TV.
Yeah.
Edge definitely had the biggest pop out of all of them.
Man.
And not only because of the fact that there was a live crowd, he barely got that in. Barely. Right.
Barely.
He came back at the perfect time, because if he came back this WrestleMania,
Yeah.
it wouldn't be the same because we don't have the fans there. But like,
That's right.
this was.
I think it still popped pretty hard though.
It
as
was
far
pop, but
as
we wouldn't
media.
know like the authentic feeling.
That-
Right.
That's
Of
true.
course.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just is what it is.
So you're saying that he kind of got an advantage because he was honestly, maybe one of 2 who actually came back like with a live crowd.
Yeah, he did, and MVP did too.
MVP,
as well. But like with MVP, like it was cool. Oh, you back?
Oh,
and
yeah,
think about
that's
it, and
what's
like
up.
he was able to continue that career.
Yeah.
because all he just said he wanted to do was just come back. Royal Rumble, do one show on Raw, have that one match with Mysterio,
And be done.
Yeah. Just to show his family that he just wrestled. He still got it. But then they wanted to keep him.
That's right.
And he like, shoot, who gonna turn out some money?
Some money.
I ain't gonna get right. He's still gonna get paid continuously with the WWE checks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of the indie checks, take the
Hand it
WWE check.
over.
More zeros, more commas. So yeah. So like,
Edge definitely gave us the best feeling, honestly. Like I still remember watching the Royal Rumble when he came out and the whole crowd went crazy. And so it was a surreal moment. And it's a moment, honestly no one else had. Some of them, honestly, because of the lack of people. But I think overall, just because of Edge, and literally no one thought he was going to come back.
Right.
And then even people were saying on the blogs, even before the Royal Rumble, oh, Edge, he's in the city, he's going to come back. Even though we read all that online, we were still like, maybe. And then when he came back, it just did not matter. I think every real wrestling fan was just like, this is a beautiful moment.
Exactly.
Honestly.
I mean, then looking at the list, nobody would have popped bigger than Edge, even if there was a live crowd. MVP has had a great run.
Yeah.
Phenomenal run since he came back. Nobody expected that out of that man,
Great
dude,
manager.
for real. He's elevated everybody he's worked with. The whole Hurt business is great because of MVP.
That's right.
Sami Zayn is a great worker, and he has his fans, but he no way you gonna get a pop bigger than Edge returning.
No.
It's not happening.
No.
Oldberg maybe, but he
Oldberg.
just returned and just left, and then just came back for a short. So he wouldn't have popped the same as Edge. We thought Edge was done. We thought Edge was through. So that was a real return. I feel like that's earning that spot. Reigns might have gotten it just for the heel turn.
Yeah.
Because I've personally been waiting for him to turn heel for a long time. But I still don't think it would have been bigger than Edge.
Yeah.
All right, so while we are still on the topic of Edge, Edge also won Rivalry of the Year with the greatest of all time, St. Louis' very own, the Viper, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton, for Rivalry of the Year.
Yeah.
And with this, anything that involves Randy Orton, I'm not going to disagree with. But we're still going to do this, though. So on the count of three, we're going to say agree or disagree. All right?
Yep.
Cool. 1, 2, 3. Disagree.
Agree. Disagree.
I do disagree. Hold on. You didn't say anything yet.
I didn't, because I don't know.
What you mean?
I don't know.
You had time to think about this. I said the topics 5 days in advance. You
did.
should have studied. This is a test now. You're failing.
I don't know.
All right. Well,
I don't know. I'm going to hear y'all arguments first.
Yeah,
Then we
Cinko,
you start.
I disagree because, I love Randy.
Yeah.
I respect Edge. I'm going to say that.
Yeah.
But Rivalry of the Year? No.
That's right.
No.
Yeah.
It wasn't even top 3.
No.
Oof.
I'm sorry. It wasn't. It really wasn't. No offense.
No,
and the fact that they
get it.
hyped it up to for the greatest wrestling match of all. Yeah, y'all was pushing it there.
That's true.
Yeah.
That was
we'll come to that with match of the year. We'll talk about it.
So that was like
that one.
Who I would have thought Rivalry of the Year.
Yep.
I would have said. I was about to be stupid. I was going to say Lion in the Tables, but but Rivalry of the Year, I would have put Drew McIntyre and Orton over there. I would put Orton and the Fiend over there. I would have put the Mysterios and Seth Rollins.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly.
That's
For like an actual feud.
For the investment that was put into it.
I feel like this one was just thrown out there. And no offense to Edge, because he got hurt. And it kind of lost
Yeah.
Lost the momentum.
Yeah, it lost the momentum and the value of it, because now you see Randy Orton, he's still back at it again, hurting everybody else still.
Yeah.
And he's still relevant. Look,
That's right.
yeah, but I just don't
Orton is a
think.
menace.
And I love it. Yeah, I just don't think he should have won. They should have won Rivalry of the Year. Yeah. J-Bo.
All right, first and foremost, I need to give a shout out to whoever came up with the nomination of Lana versus the announce table.
Oh, social media.
That was the most hilarious thing I have ever read. There was like an award for funniest moment of WWE. Is seeing that on social media when I read that. So that was freaking amazing. However, I do want to go ahead and point out that I disagree as well. Their investment into the story was based off of knowledge that no one really knew. Like, I remember when they did their promos, Randy Orton was like, hey, you was there for me when I was young and dumb, and you was there to support me. No one really knew that, but they had to say that to kind of build character into it. And then we'll get to the match of the year. But yeah, I agree. Almost anything would kind of go over that one. I personally like Sasha Banks and Bayley's feud. It was well invested. And look, we all knew that Sasha was going to turn or Bayley was going to. We all knew, but every week we was invested. Like, okay, are they going to turn tonight? Are Are they gonna turn tonight? Are they gonna turn tonight? And then turns out Bailey was the one to turn. So it was good. I was well invested into it. And even though Cinko doesn't like Rey Mysterio Jr.
So don't.
Junior.
So don't. Trash.
But I mean, whatever. But even like us as a group, even we was invested in, either Seth Rollins winning for Cinko or I want Dominic to win. Like even we was more invested
we found a way
into
to make that fun.
Yeah. So them winning, no, I don't agree. Like I said, I picked Sasha and Bailey over.
True.
All right, yeah, I disagree too. Y'all made some good points.
Thank you.
I like the Sasha and Bailey. I like the build more than I liked the actual rivalry. I feel like the matches didn't really hit how they needed to hit. I'm gonna go with R-Truth versus the World, just to mix it
Not
up.
bad.
He took on everybody.
He did.
All right, he takes on all comers. All right, I think he has more title reigns than anybody in history now. He also has more title losses than anybody in history. But that's part of being great. You gotta lose in order to win again. All right.
All right.
That's how we gonna
And
do
each title defense was entertaining as hell.
I ain't gonna say each.
Each one.
R-Truth.
Because it was creative.
Right. I remember that one time they pulled R-Truth out of the bottom of the ring on that table. And he was
I've been sick of it for a long time.
Nah, man. Who do you pin on the
But
plane?
he's
Was
beat
that
everybody.
Jinder Mahal?
Yeah.
On
You
the
can't-
plane.
you can't-
Maharaja, how far he has fallen.
R-Truth should
Jeez.
win like most improved superstar.
Yeah,
But
definitely. Yeah.
he saved this pandemic era.
Yeah.
And he made that title relevant that everybody slept on, thought was gonna be.
Everyone slept on it.
Y'all
Dog
wilding
shit.
right now. Y'all are wilding.
All right, with that being said, this is episode 16 of Another Roast Podcast, KTR_podcast. Like I said, be sure to follow us on all social media platforms. KTR_podcast, Twitter, Instagram, Another Roast Podcast, Facebook, YouTube, Another Roast Podcast on all podcast platforms. Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Podbean. We are on everything.
All day.
This is the last episode for 2020. Guys, you got anything to say?
Thank y'all for rocking with us so far. Keep rocking with us next year.
We going up 2021. Ain't no stopping us, baby.
That's right.
Not at all.
Yeah, KTR.
This is No Roast Podcast, episode 16, and we are out.
One more time for 2020. What should they do, Big Harv?
Pump those numbers.
Don't play it wrong. I say good God. I ain't felt the need to kill a bitch in so long. Respect the J dot, I'll praise the JR. Crew step wrong, that there's a graveyard. Don't play wrong.
Nah, 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 nah.